Test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 1 2, test 1 2 3. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2 3. Test. Microphone test 1 2, microphone test 1 2, 1 2 3. Test 1 2. Test 1 2, test 1 2 3. Test 1 2, test 1 2. The pride of the High Plains, the Balko Bison, are on the air. Balko Bison basketball is brought to you by Squirtle, Watauga Cheese Factory, Crossroads Express, Casey Cowan Custom Haying, Summit Wealth Strategies, and Tri-State Heating and Air. And now for your Crossroads Express pregame show. I want to welcome everybody out to Bison Gym here in Balko for today's between the Balko Bison and the visiting Buffalo Bison. A very special thank you to Crossroads Express for being our sponsor for today's pregame show. For the Bison and Lady Bison basketball teams, for all of your convenience store or fueling needs, visit the folks at Crossroads Express. The visiting Buffalo Lady Bison come into today's game with a record of 4 wins and 13 losses overall. They suffered a 60-46 loss to number 17 Arnett just last night. This is their second game in 18 hours, so you kind of have to wonder how they're going to adjust to that. They're young, so I mean, they're not going to have difficulty like a bunch of old people like me would. But I think that they're going to. They may kind of start to feel it at the beginning of the game, especially until that lactic acid kind of gets up and going. Balko comes into today with a record of 6 wins and 3 losses on the season. For the Bison, this is their first game in 19 days, and so that's going to be a different animal that they're trying to fight than that of Buffalo. Buffalo coming into today's game averaging 38.6 points a game, giving up 49.5. But in their last 5 games, it tells a very different story. They've scored and given up exactly 211 points in those 5 games, averaging 45.2 and giving up 45.2. They have a record of 2-3 in those games against some very stiff competition. Balko 43.5 points a game that they're scoring and giving up 36 points a game. In their last 5, Balko is 3-2. They've averaged just under 41 points a game, and they're giving up a little over 35. For the Buffalo Lady Bison, like I said, they've played 6 ranked teams so far this year. They may be the best 4-13 team in the history of ever. This is not a team that when you see them play, if you did not know, you would never guess that they're 4-13, and it has 100% to do with the tough schedule that they've played. They've played just brutal game after brutal game after brutal game, and last night being no exception, going on the road and playing the number 17 team in the state, and at one point in the fourth quarter had the game down to double digits before Arnett put it away at the end with free throws. This is for Buffalo, again, their second game in 18 hours and their 9th game in the last 19 days. So I'll be curious to see how they handle it. My guess is, like I said, I would anticipate a little bit of a slow start, but then once they get going and really kind of get in the flow of the game, I don't think it's going to matter just a whole heck of a lot. For Balko, like we said, this is their first game in 19 days due to a COVID outbreak here at the school. Stamina is going to be the big concern for Balko. The other thing to keep in mind for the Lady Bison from Balko, and this is going to be tough because it's the Bison versus the Bison, so this is going to be tough. I'm going to have to refer to them by their first name and not the mascot. But for the Balko Lady Bison, their concern is going to be that they only have 7 players available today. Caitlin Gonzalez is out for the season with a torn meniscus, and then we have Emily Trenham is out with illness, and so they only have 7 players available. To make things a little bit easier for Balko, they are 7 players that contribute regularly, and that's the thing is like the Balko roster was small to begin with, but they were all people that contribute. I mean, we have 9 players on the roster; they're 9 deep. Well, we've lost 2 of those bench players now. And so we're down to 7, but all 7 are going to contribute. And so that's what we'll have. That's what we'll have going on today. What I would worry about if I'm Balko is foul trouble. The Balko Lady Bison have a propensity for foul trouble. And if they can avoid getting into foul trouble, especially early, I think that's going to bode well for Balko. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the starting lineups in the national anthem for today's matchup between the Balko Lady Bison and the Buffalo Lady Bison. From Bison Gym here in Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Watonga Cheese Factory has been producing the finest cheese in Oklahoma and Texas for over 80 years. Locally owned and operated, the folks at Watonga Cheese Factory have summer sausages, the best homemade cheddar cheeses in the region, spice pickles, homespun honey, and their famous cheese curds. Located in Perryton, Watonga Cheese Factory also has gift baskets and offer delivery options. Visit Watonga Cheese Factory at 2018 South Main Street in Perryton or call them at 806-648-4310. Watonga Cheese Factory is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Casey Cowan Custom Haying services the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle for all of your haying needs. From swathing and baling to hay sales for cattle and horses, Casey Cowan Custom Haying is the best option for your farm and ranch needs. Contact Casey Cowan at 580-628-7464 for all of your haying and hay service needs. Casey Cowan Custom Haying is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs. Located at the intersection of Highways 412 and 82 at Bryan's Corner, Crossroads Express features specialty deli items like Louisiana meat pies, crawfish pies, boudin, as well as everyone's favorite beef and bean burritos and corn dogs. And the Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel needs that you will need to make it a road trip. Call 580-361-2529 for your call-in orders and let the folks at Crossroads Express take care of you. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Panhandle living is hard, and with our scorching summers and frigid winters, if your heater air isn't working, it can get even harder. Let the fine folks at Tri-State Heating and Air help you make it through the seasons in comfort. Licensed and insured for over 20 years, Bryce Sager and the folks at Tri-State Heating and Air are well equipped to handle your HVAC, air and refrigeration, and heating needs. Locally owned and operated, Tri-State Heating and Air understand the unique needs of folks in the Panhandle. Contact them at 580-525-1820 and let Tri-State Heating and Air make your home or business more comfortable. Tri-State Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. In this time when there's so much insecurity in the world, the one thing you need to be able to rely on is your financial situation. That's where the folks at Summit Wealth Strategies LLC come in. Located in Alva, Summit Wealth Strategies LLC specializes in tax, payroll, and financial management services designed to help folks in the Panhandle and northwestern Oklahoma handle whatever insecurities the world throws at us. Contact Van Johnson at 580-609-4880 and let him give you the financial security and peace of mind you need to make it through any situation. Summit Wealth Strategies LLC is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to the Crossroads Express pregame show live from Bison Gym here in Balko, Oklahoma. We want to thank everyone for joining us on this broadcast of Balko Bison Basketball. If you're listening, please let us know where you're listening from. Like and follow us on Facebook at Balko Bison Sports Network and on Twitter at Balko Sports. Contact us. Let us know where you're listening to the game from, who you're cheering for, whether you're cheering for Balko or Buffalo or a specific player on any team, and we'll mention you on the air. We love talking to fans during our broadcast, and we look forward to hearing from you. The starting lineups for today's game. First for the visiting Buffalo Lady Bison. Again, Buffalo coming into today's game with a record of 4 wins and 13 losses. They're coached by J.J. Manning. A bit of a homecoming for Coach Manning, who used to coach here for a number of years. Number three, Jada Hoffman. Number 10, Cadence Snyder. Number 11, Bianca Nunez. Number 12, Lana Lauer. And number 33, Addie Clark. And for the Balko Lady Bison, coached by Brittany Johnson, assisted by Monty Regier. Number 3, Madeline Trenum. Number 5, Sawyer Stockton. Number 11, Carolyn Olvera. Number 21, Kendall France. And number 24, Aspen Freeman. So once again, Hoffman, Snyder, Nunez, Lauer, and Clark for Buffalo, and Trenum, Stockton, Olvera, France, and Freeman for Balko. Watonga Cheese Factory is the three-point sponsor for the season for Balko Bison and Lady Bison basketball. Every time a Balko Bison or Lady Bison player makes a three-pointer, we will give them a mention. A special thank you to Watonga Cheese Factory for being our three-point sponsor. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs, located at the intersections of Highways 412 and 82 at Bryan's Corner. Crossroads Express features a wide variety of ice-cold fountain drinks, candies, snacks, and is a proud vendor of Cajun salsa and pickles, as well as Watonga cheese. And the Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel needs for your farm and off-road vehicle needs. Crossroads Express has a gift shop featuring novelty and one-of-a-kind gifts and souvenirs. Call 580-361-2529 for your call-in orders and let the folks at Crossroads Express take care of you. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Bison Gym here in Balko. We're a little over 2 minutes away from the starting lineups, the national anthem, and the tip-off for today's game. The teams are meeting right now at center court. captains from each team. The officials are kind of explaining the expectations of today's game. We have a good officiating crew today. These guys do games for us all the time, and I've seen them at other venues as well. They're very good. They're fair. It's a very good officiating crew. We're lucky to have them here in the Panhandle, and especially on a Saturday afternoon when it's not exactly your normal standard basketball game. This is a makeup game. This game was supposed to have happened a few weeks ago, but due to COVID problems here in the Panhandle, we were unable to host that game, but we're able to make it up today. We're glad that we are. And it's a limited seating here. I would say that there's probably about 120 to 130 people so far in the gym, and we'll probably have some more people show up as we get closer, as we go throughout the afternoon. It's just nice to have basketball. We didn't know that we would. As we came into the season, there was a lot of questions as to whether or not we were even going to have a season. If we did, to what state would we have it? And so far, we've been fortunate to have it. We had to cancel the last couple games, but overall, it hasn't been too bad at all. We've had the last 3 games have been canceled. And I know they're going to make up the Tyrone game next week, but this is it. All right, so we're going to have the national anthem right now, and we will go ahead and turn that over to public address announcer Rusty Johnson. That'll conclude our Crossroads Express pregame show. We are just moments away from the tip-off here in Balko. We'll rejoin you in just a moment. Watauga Cheese Factory has been producing the finest cheese in Oklahoma and Texas for over 80 years. Locally owned and operated, the folks at Watauga Cheese Factory have summer sausages, the best homemade cheddar cheeses in the region, spice pickles, homespun honey, and their famous cheese curds. Located in Perryton, Watauga Cheese Factory also has gift baskets and offer delivery options. Visit Watauga Cheese Factory at 2018 South Main Street in Perryton or call them at 806-648-4310. Watauga Cheese Factory is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome to Bison Gym here in Balko, Oklahoma for this matchup between the Balko Bison and the Balko Lady Bison and the Buffalo Lady Bison. Very pleasant good afternoon to you all wherever you may be. My name is David Vaughn and I'll be your host for the afternoon. It's a pleasure to be with you on this Saturday afternoon. They're doing the starting lineups here in Balko. They've already announced the Buffalo Lady Bison. They're now announcing the Balko Lady Bison. Buffalo will be in their road black uniforms, with orange lettering and white trim. They will be moving from left to right across your screen. Balko in their home white uniforms with white numbering and maroon trim, and they will be moving from right to left across your screen. We're now just seconds away from the tip. So in the circle for Buffalo, it will be Cadence Snyder, and for Balko, it will be Sawyer Stockton. Official has the ball in his hand. He's giving final directions. We are about ready to go. Has the whistle in. Stepping into the circle. The ball is in the air, and tip is controlled by Balko. Handoff to Olvera, who walks the ball across the timeline. Surveying the defense, passes over to Sawyer Stockton. Stockton almost traveled. Did not cross court, pass to Trenum, cross court again to Olvera. Olvera driving in, dishes out to Stockton. Stockton three-pointer. Bang! That's a Watonga Cheese three-pointer right off the bat, and it is 3-0 favor Balko. Buffalo inbounds. Jada Hoffman with the ball. Hands it off to Lauer. Lauer has the ball, pass across the timeline. Picked over there by, up to Hoffman. Hoffman holds the ball overhead down to Caden Snyder, and the layup is good. Caden Snyder with the first basket for Buffalo, and it is 3-2 favor Balko. Olvera brings the ball across the timeline over to Stockton. Stockton reverses now to France, now down to Freeman. Freeman crosses, passes over to France, back to Olvera. Olvera back up now to the top of the key to Trenum. Cross-court pass to France. France being guarded closely by Hoffman. Up now to the top of the key is Trenum. Over to Stockton again to France. France eyeing the defense. Penetrates, dishes out. Now Olvera with it. Over to Stockton. Stockton thought about the three-pointer, opted not to. Cross-court pass to Trenum. High catches it near the sideline. Over now to Stockton and back to France, to Olvera, and Balko will reset the offense. 6:45 to go here in the first quarter. 3-2. Your score favor Balko early in this one. Aspen Freeman has the ball between the circles. Now to Olvera, driving in. Trenum's layup is good. Madeline Trenum with the layup, and it's 5-2 favor Balko. 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Up to Caden Snyder. The pass is knocked away, deflected out of bounds. It will remain with Buffalo. They will inbound on their own baseline with 6:27 to go here in the first quarter. Lauer looking to inbound. Does so to Hoffman at the free throw line extended. Pass is thrown away and stolen. Carolyn Olvera coming the other way. Goes up. Draws the contact. The shot is no good. Rebound is loose, and we have a foul on the floor. The foul will be on Carolyn Olvera. That'll be her first personal foul, first team foul. And that's something that we do want to watch out for if you're Balko's. You don't want, especially Olvera, to get into foul trouble early, and she has had a propensity to do that so far this year. Buffalo inbounds. Pass now into the front court. Addie Clark driving in. The shot is no good, but she's fouled on the shot. The foul is on, looks like it's going to be on Madeline Trenum. Correction, the foul's on Aspen Freeman, her first personal foul, second team foul. And at the line for Buffalo will be Addie Clark to shoot two. Clark's first free throw is up and good. So Clark on the scoreboard for Buffalo, and it's 5-3 with 6:09 to go. Clark, a freshman that featured prominently in their game last night against Arnett. Second free throw is on the way. Hardly any spin to those free throws. It's off the side iron, rebounded by Trenum, and now up to Olvera, who brings it across the timeline diagonally. Being guarded loosely by Lana Lauer. Now down to Trenum at the elbow. Trenum has the ball, looking to get rid of it, dishes it low, and it's stolen coming the other way. Bianca Nunez has the ball, brings it across the timeline, looking ahead. Passes over to Lauer. Lauer being guarded loosely by France. Back up to the top of the key now. Over to the free throw line extended as Bianca Nunez has the ball back now to the top of the key. Lauer has it, being guarded by France again. Again over now to Nunez. Now down into the paint. Cross to Lauer. Lauer passes out to Clark. Now down to the elbow. Lost control of the ball. Got it back. Now over. And we have a traveling violation on Addie Clark. So it'll be Balko basketball with 5:23 to go here in the first quarter. 5-3 your score, favor Balko. Do you want to thank everybody for listening to this broadcast of Balko Bison basketball here from Bison Gym in Balko on this Saturday afternoon. Thank you all so much. Pass down to Stockton, who's triple teamed. Back out to Olvera, back up to France now at the top at the free throw line. Over to Stockton. Stockton's three-pointer. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Addie Clark. Clark hands it off to Nunez, who races across the timeline with it, being guarded by Olvera. Over to the free throw line extended, and Lauer being guarded loosely by France. Now down to the baseline. Snyder has it, driving in, tripled, passes out now. The long three-pointer is off the back iron, no good. Rebound is loose on the floor, picked up by Jada Hoffman, and the layup is no good. Shot from the block for Addie Clark is no good. Sawyer Stockton driving all the way, and the layup is good. 5 points for Sawyer Stockton. And it's now 7-3 with 4.5 to go. Lazy pass across the timeline is deflected by Aspen Freeman. It will be Buffalo basketball. Stepping into the game for Balko is Maylee Wirtz and Caden Sager, replacing Aspen Freeman and Carolyn Olvera. Buffalo inbounding next to their bench. Bianca Nunez walks the ball across the timeline, being guarded by Sager. Over to Lauer, now down to the wing, and Hoffman has the ball now down to the baseline. Lauer has it, passes back out now between the circles, over to Snyder. Snyder being guarded by Trenum. Down to the block, the pass is knocked away, but picked back up. And the layup is no, or the shot from the block is no good. Offensive rebound, and Buffalo will reset. Snyder has the ball driving in, double team, throws to no one in particular, picked up by Hoffman, and it was deflected in the backcourt. Buffalo got it, and we had a timeout. Man, that was wild. So we're going to take that timeout with them. 3:49 to go here in the first quarter. 7-3 your score favor Balko. Balko Lady Bison basketball continue in a moment. Casey Cowan Custom Haying Services, the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle for all of your haying needs. From swathing and baling to the hay sales for cattle and horses, Casey Cowan Custom Haying is the best option for your farm and ranch needs. Contact Casey Cowan at 580-628-7464 for all of your haying and hay service needs. Casey Cowan Custom Haying is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Bison Gym here in Balko. 3:49 to go in the first quarter. 7-3 your score favor Balko. Buffalo to inbound on the near baseline. They do so in the backcourt to Bianca Nunez. Nunez being guarded loosely by France, brings it across the timeline, speeds up a little bit. Dishes over to Erica Helmuth, who's now in the game, up to the top of the key. Passes over to Lauer. Lauer being guarded by Sager. Over to the free throw line extended. Now down to the wing. And we have a reach-in foul on Maylee Wirtz. That'll be Wirtz's first personal foul. 3 team fouls already in the first 4.5 minutes of this ball game. So not a great start from that perspective for Balko. Buffalo looking to inbound on their own baseline. Driving in as Lauer dribbles off her foot. It's out of bounds off of both teams, so they're going to call a jump ball possession. Arrow remains with Buffalo. So tie possession, the Buffalo Lady Bison will retain, and they will inbound on their own baseline. Erica Helmuth to do the inbounding honors. And it's deflected, and Sawyer Stockton picks it up, racing across the other way. 2-on-1 if she takes it. Bounce pass is loose. Pick back up to Maylee Wirtz. Wirtz three-pointer. Bang! That's a Watonga Cheese three-pointer. Wirtz is on the scoreboard, and it is now 10-3 favor Balko, and we have a traveling violation on Buffalo coming the other way. So Balko will inbound at the timeline on the far sideline. First shot of the game for Maylee Wirtz goes in. It's a three-pointer. It's now 10-3. So a pair of three-pointers in the early going for Balko, and that's good. That's something that has been off and on for them all season long. France has the ball now at the top of the key. Pass back out to Stockton. Stockton driving into the paint. Down to Sager. It's off Sager's hand. Stolen and coming the other way. Lana Lauer coming. Slows it down as she gets to the top of the key. Bounce pass now down to the block. Hayden Snyder has it. It's deflected and stolen, and Maylee Wirtz is fouled. The foul will be on Addie Clark. That'll be her first personal foul. First team foul, I believe. Yes, that'll be the first team foul of the half for Buffalo. It will be Balko basketball. 2:46 to go here in the first quarter, 10-3 your score favor Balko. Sawyer Stockton jogs it slowly across the timeline. Being met loosely by Caden Snyder, passes over to the free throw line extended, and France dribbles toward the top of the key, pass over to Trenum, hands it off to Sager. Now down to Wirtz. Wirtz driving in, pass out of a double team, cross court pass to Stockton. Stockton over to Sager. Caden Sager's three-pointer off the front of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Addie Clark, and Buffalo coming the other way. Erica Helmuth with the dribble pass across the timeline to Nunez. Nunez passes down to the block, and Snyder cross court to Lauer. Lauer loses control of it, but picked up by Clark. Clark loses it, picks it back up again, over to Nunez driving in. The layup is no good. Wirtz controls it and hands it off to Trenum. Trenum jogs across the timeline on the far sideline. France driving in, dishes out to Wirtz. Wirtz has the ball, spinning move. The 10-foot jumper is good for Maylee Wirtz. 5 points for Wirtz, And the lead is now up to 9 for Balko, 12-3 with a minute 45 to go here in the first quarter. Passing into the front court, Lana Lauer has it into the paint, and she is fouled by, Caden Snyder is fouled by Caden Sager. That'll be Sager's first personal foul, fourth team foul, and Buffalo will inbound on their own baseline. Stepping into the game for Balko, Aspen Freeman and Carolyn Olvera, replacing Kendall France and Madeline Trenum. Buffalo looking to inbound Dussel to the free throw line, extended. Lauer has the ball, being guarded loosely by Sager. Cross-court pass. Long three-pointer is off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Caden Snyder, and Buffalo will reset from the side. Now over to Nunez, now down to the free throw line, and Clark loses control of it, and we have a foul. We have a foul on Buffalo. Will be on Erica Helmuth, her first personal foul, second team foul. And the Lady Bison of Balko will inbound on the far sideline with a minute 24 to go here in the first quarter. 12-3 your score, favor Balko. Stockton inbounds to Olvera, who walks it slowly between the circles and calls the play. Pass over to Stockton, being guarded loosely by Snyder. Brings it across, crossover dribble, now driving into the paint. The 10-foot jumper's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Caden Snyder. And Nunez passes into the front court now. Over to Lauer, back to Nunez, being guarded by Olvera. Now down to the elbow, and Snyder holds the ball high above her head. Passes over to Helmuth. Helmuth's shot is off the iron, no good. Rebound still loose, picked up by Helmuth, and Buffalo will reset. Over to Lauer now driving in. 8-footer is good, and a foul. Basket good for Lana Lauer, her first basket. The foul is on Caden Sager. That'll be Sager's second personal foul. 5 team fouls in the first quarter. Stepping into the game for Buffalo is Jessica Sarabia and Jada Hoffman, replacing Helmuth and Snyder. So Lana Lauer at the line to shoot one. Buffalo 1 for 2 from the line so far in this one. Takes a couple dribbles. Lauer's free throw is on the way off the side of the iron. No good. Rebound loose, picked up by Aspen Freeman with 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Sager brings the ball across the timeline, passes over to Stockton. Stockton driving in, spin move into the paint is off the glass and good. Nice spin move there for Sawyer Stockton. Stockton with 7 points. That's now 14-5, favor Balko. 32 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Into the front court, down to the block is deflected. Aspen Freeman with the ball, hands it off to Olvera. 26 to go here in the first half. Pass into the front court to Stockton. Stockton waits for the offense to arrive. Aspen Freeman over to Caden Sager. Balko slows down, content to take the last shot. 17 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 14-5 your score, favor Balko. Olvera being guarded by Lauer. Driving into the paint is Olvera. Shot is no good, gets her own, and we have a traveling violation. With 4.6 to go in the first quarter, it will be Buffalo basketball inbounding underneath Balko's basket. Lauer to inbound and does so to Nunez. Nunez brings the ball across the timeline. Long pass up to Sarabia. And the three-pointer at the buzzer is no good. That's the end of the first quarter with your score. Balko 14, Buffalo 5. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. In this time when there's so much insecurity in the world, the one thing you need to be able to rely on is your financial situation. That's where the folks at Summit Wealth Strategies LLC come in. Located in Alva, Summit Wealth Strategies LLC specializes in tax, payroll, and financial management services designed to help folks in the Panhandle in northwestern Oklahoma handle whatever insecurities the world throws at us. Contact Van Johnson at 580-609-4880 and let him give you the financial security and peace of mind you need to make it through any situation. Summit Wealth Strategies LLC is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Bison Gym here in Balko. 14-5 your score. Favor Balko over the Buffalo Lady Bison. Leading scores for Buffalo were Caden Snyder and Lana Lauer with 2 points apiece, and Addie Clark with 1 for Balko. Sawyer Stockton had 7, Maylee Wirtz had 5 off the bench, and Madeline Trenum with 2. And that gets us to our score right now, 14-5. A little bit of foul trouble in the first quarter for Balko. 5 team fouls, and Caden Sager had 2 personal fouls. So it's definitely something that they'll want to keep an eye on. It will be Balko basketball to start the second quarter as Coach Johnson gives final instructions. Balko will inbound on the near sideline. Again, Balko moving right to left across your screen, Buffalo left to right. We do want to thank everybody for listening to this broadcast of Balko Lady Bison basketball here on the Balko Bison Sports Network. If you're listening, give us a shout out. Let us know on Facebook, the Balko Bison Sports Network, where you're listening from. If you're on Twitter, give us a tweet at Balko Sports. Let us know where you're listening from, who you're rooting for. And if you're a Buffalo fan, we invite you as well. Please let us know who you're listening for, and we will definitely give you a shout out on the air. Pass down to the block. Aspen Freeman, turnaround jumper's no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Sarabia. Sarabia hands it off to Lauer, who races the other way across the timeline. Met there by Olvera. Pass over now between the circles, over to the free throw line, extended on the far side. Sarabia has it, pass now down to the baseline. Lauer backing it back out. Cross-court pass to Nunez. Nunez being guarded there. Pass down to the block to Shayla Foster, who's in the game. Pass over to Snyder. Snyder driving in. The jumper is blocked and picked up by Aspen Freeman. Freeman now with the ball. Pass across the timeline over to Trenum. Trenum's three-pointer. Bang! That's a Watonga Cheese Factory three-pointer for Madeline Trenum. 5 points for Trenum, and the lead is now up to 12. 17-5 with just under 7 to go here in the first half. Trapped near the baseline. It's stolen. Kendall France has the ball, deflected, but she picks it back up, controls, and will now wait for the offense to set. Cross-court pass to Trenum. Trenum thought about a three-pointer driving in. Pass up to France. Kendall France three-pointer. Bang! Three-pointer. Watonga Cheese Factory three-pointer is good. And with timeout, Buffalo, we will take that with them. 6:35 to go here in the second quarter. Your score, Balko 20, Buffalo 5. Balko Lady Bison basketball continue in just a moment. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs. Located at the intersection of highways 412 and 82 at Bryan's Corner. Crossroads Express features specialty deli items like Louisiana meat pies, crawfish pies, boudin, as well as everyone's favorite beef and bean burritos and corn dogs. And the Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel needs that you will need to make it a road trip. Call 580-361-2529 for your call-in orders and let the folks at Crossroads Express take care of you. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. 6:35 to go here in the first half. 20-5 your score favor Balko. Lauer has the ball, met at the timeline by Olvera. Passes up to Bianca Nunez. Nunez doubled on the free throw at the free throw line, expended down to Snyder, who passes and it's stolen by Freeman. Freeman outlet is blocked, but then passes over to Stockton, over to Olvera, now over to France. France at the free throw line extended, driving in now, passes over to Stockton. Stockton, long three-pointer, off the back of the iron, no good, rebounded by Lauer. Lauer racing across the timeline, has numbers if she hurries. They'll slow it down. Nunez between the circles, holds the ball high above her head, down to Caden Snyder. Snyder driving in, passes out of a double team over to Nunez. Nunez three-pointer off the front iron, no good, rebound loose, picked up by Olvera, over to Trenum, and we have a foul on the floor on Buffalo, Addie Clark. That'll be Clark's second personal foul, third team foul, and Balko will inbound underneath the Buffalo basket. 5:50 to go here in the first half. 20-5 your score favor Balko, kind of start that they needed, especially after a long layoff like we've had 19 days since the Balko Lady Bison's last game. Olvera has the ball at the free throw line extended, goes around the Trenum screen, passes back to Trenum. Trenum driving in, and we have a blocking foul on Buffalo. It will be on Addie Clark, and that'll be Clark's third personal foul here in the first half. Fourth team foul, and Balko will inbound on their own baseline. Stepping into the game for Buffalo will be Shayla Foster replacing Clark. Clark with 1 point so far in this game. Kendall France will be doing the inbounding honors with 5.5 to go here in the first half. Inbounds to Trenum. Trenum loses it, but France picks it up over to Olvera between the circles, dribbling, passes over to France again. The free throw line extended, driving in now, dishes out to Trenum. Trenum dribble drive penetration over now to Stockton. Stockton's left-handed layup off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Foster. Coming back the other way now is a Buffalo. Lana Lauer brings the ball across the timeline, jogging on the near sideline. Met there by Olvera. Driving in now, spin move, still guarded by Olvera. Bounce pass down to Foster. Foster passes out to Lauer. Lauer's three-pointer is off the front of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Sarabia. Sarabia passes back out to the free throw line. Driving in is Lauer around the double team. The shot is no good, but she's fouled. Fouled on the shot is Lana Lauer. Foul will be on Carolyn Olvera. That will be Olvera's second personal foul, 16 foul. And at the line for Buffalo will be Lana Lauer to shoot 2. Lauer with 2 points so far in this game. Just under 5 to go here in the first half. 20-5 your score favor Balko. First free throw from Lauer is up and good. Substitutions for Balko. Caden Sager and Maylee Wirtz coming into the game, replacing Carolyn Olvera and Aspen Freeman. Second free throw forthcoming for Lana Lauer. Lauer 3 for 3 so far from the line. Second free throw is up and good. So Lauer with 4 points, all 4 coming from the foul line, and it's 20-7 favor Balko with 4:50 to go here in the first half. Across the timeline, Maylee Wirtz has it, passes over to the corner now between the circles. Kendall France has it, spin move, dishes out to Wirtz. Wirtz three-pointer is off the back iron, no good. Rebounded off the hands of Jessica Sarabia and out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball on their own baseline, 4:38 to go in the first half. France trying to find someone, anyone. Long outlet now to Trenum, hands it off to Stockton. Stockton crossover dribble over to Wirtz, now down to Sager. Sager at the top of the key, hands it off to Trenum. Bounce pass over to Stockton. Stockton thought about the three-pointer, opted not to take it. Between the circles now is France. France dishes out to Trenum. Trenum driving in, passes out. Stockton again thought about the three-pointer, opted not to take it, passes out to France. France driving into the paint, cross-court pass now to Trenum. Trenum driving in over to France again. France into the paint, spin move, out pass out of a triple team. Madeline Trenum's three-pointers no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Bianca Nunez, and we have a tie possession. Possession arrow favors the Buffalo Lady Bison, so they will take over halfway through the second quarter. 20-7 your score favor Balko. Buffalo inbounding on the near baseline. They do so to Bianca Nunez, who passes it back to Lana Lauer. Lauer met at the timeline by a double team, passes up to Nunez. Now down to the block, Foster. Shot is no good, rebounded by France. France looking up court, trying to find it. Can't find anyone, so she takes it herself, racing across the timeline. Over to Stockton. Stockton, long three-pointer. Misses everything out of bounds. It will be Buffalo basketball. 3:44 to go here in the first half. Substitution for Buffalo coming into the game, Erica Helmuth, replacing Shayla Foster. Foster putting in some good minutes there for the Buffalo Lady Bison. Inbound now to Bianca Nunez. Nunez has the ball jogging slowly across the timeline, being guarded loosely by France. Over to Lauer. Lauer met there by Sager. Sager closes in, passes over to Sarabia. Sarabia is pushed by Sawyer Stockton. So that'll be Stockton's first personal foul. 7th team foul, and it will be 1-1 for the Buffalo Lady Bison. Jessica Sarabia will shoot the 1-1 for Buffalo. Sarabia yet to score in this game. Sarabia takes 3 dribbles. Eyes the hoop. The first free throw is on the way. Off the back iron. No good. Rebounded by Maylee Wirtz. Over to Caden Sager. Now coming back the other way. Long pass into the front court. And France's shot is no good, but an offensive rebound over to Maylee Wirtz. Now Wirtz's 8-footer is off the front iron. No good. Rebounded by Lana Lauer. Lauer crossover dribble, one to race across the timeline. They're one to run into the front court. Sarabia has the ball, being guarded by Trenum. Looking to get rid of it. Does so to Nunez. Nunez driving in, now passes back out to Snyder. Snyder driving in through a triple team, loses control of it, but Buffalo retains possession. Lauer with it, passes over to Sarabia. Sarabia throws it to Snyder on the block. The turnaround is good for Caden Snyder. 4 points for Snyder. Nice assist there for Jessica Sarabia. And we have a timeout called by Balko. We'll take it with him. 2:50 to go here in the first half. 20-9 your score. Favor Balko. Balko Lady Bison basketball continue in a moment. Panhandle living is hard, and with our scorching summers and frigid winters, if your heating or air isn't working, it can get even harder. Let the fine folks at Tri-State Heating and Air help you make it through the seasons in comfort. Licensed and insured for over 20 years, Bryce Sager and the folks at Tri-State Heating and Air are well equipped to handle your HVAC, air and refrigeration, and heating needs. Locally owned and operated, Tri-State Heating and Air understand the unique needs of folks in the Panhandle. Contact them at 580-525-1820 and let Tri-State Heating and Air make your home or business more comfortable. Tri-State Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. 2:50 to go here in the first half. 20-9 your score. Favor Balko. Back-to-back well, not back-to-back baskets, but 2 free throws and a basket made by Buffalo, have closed it. Now it was a 15-point lead. They've now closed it to 11. And Buffalo did this last night against Arnett. Arnett had an 18-point lead, and they closed it down to 7 in very short order, so they're certainly capable. France has the ball between the circles, passes over to Stockton, now down to the corner. Trenum back up now to Sager. Sager has the ball being guarded by Lauer. Passes over to Wirtz. Wirtz to Stockton. Stockton being guarded by Nunez. Drive into the paint. The shot is off the glass and good for Sawyer Stockton. 9 points for Stockton. And the lead is now 13, 22-9 with 2:20 to go here in the first half. Nunez has the ball being guarded by Trenum. Passes over now to Sarabia. Sarabia has the ball at the free throw line extended, being guarded closely by Stockton. Now down to Nunez again. Nunez at the top of the key. Utilizes the Snyder screen. Passes over Sarabia, driving in up to Snyder at the free throw line. Passes down to the block, and the pass is too tall and out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Aspen Freeman subbing into the game for the Lady Bison of Balko, replacing Maylee Wirtz, who's putting in some good minutes so far for Balko. Sawyer Stockton brings the ball across the timeline. Met there by Nunez. Hand off to Trenum. Hands it back to Stockton. Stockton has the ball. Driving into the paint now, cross-court pass to France. France driving in across the paint. Over to Trenum. Nice ball movement for Balko here on this possession. Three-pointer. Bang! A Watonga Chiefs Factory three-pointer from Sawyer Stockton. 12 points for her, and it's the 16-point lead for Balko. Their largest lead of the game. Sarabia coming the other way, and she's fouled on the shot. Nice penetration for Sarabia, and she was unable to get the shot to fall, but she did draw the foul. Fouls on Sawyer Stockton, her second personal foul, 8th team foul. And at the line for the Buffalo Lady Bison, Jessica Sarabia. Sarabia 0 for 1 from the line so far today. First free throw is on the way, off the back iron and in. That was a soft bounce off of that. But the free throw is good. And Sarabia is in the scoreboard. Wirtz back into the game for Balko, and Jada Hoffman back in the game for Buffalo. Sarabia's second free throw is on the way off the back iron. No good. Rebounded by Freeman. Freeman passes up to Sager. Sager driving into the paint. Passes over to Trenum. Trenum now cross-court pass to France. France driving in now. Spin move. Passes out to Trenum. Over to Wirtz. Wirtz passes out to Sager. Sager driving in. Passes to France. Bounce pass over to Wirtz, who's wide open three from the corner. Bang! That's another Watonga Cheese three-pointer. 8 points for Maylee Wirtz in the first half, including 2 3-pointers, and the lead is now 18 with 1 minute to go in the first half. Down to the block, and Caden Snyder. Pass is deflected and stolen, but picked back up by Buffalo. Now Sarabia with a long 2-point shot from Sarabia off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Lauer over to Caden Snyder. And Buffalo reset with 45 seconds to go. Down to Sarabia on the block, being guarded by Freeman. Passes out now. 3-pointer from Nunez is good. 3-point basket from Bianca Nunez, her first basket of the game. It's now 28-13 with half a minute to go in the first half. Madeline Trenum with the ball over to Sager. Sager loses control of it, picks it back up, pass out of a double team high, but Wirtz is able to control. Wirtz driving in. The 13-foot jumper is blocked. And it will remain with Balko with just under 21 seconds to go in the first half. 28-13 your score. 6 3-pointers in the first half made for the Balko Lady Bison, and that is all the difference in the world in this game. Long outlet to Freeman at the elbow. Holds the ball, pass down to Trenum. Trenum driving in, and it's fouled on the shot. So Madeline Trenum draws the foul going into the lane. Foul is going to be on Jessica Sarabia. That'll be her first personal foul. 15 fouls, so Buffalo still with 2 fouls to give. At the line for Balko will be Madeline Trenum. Trenum's first free throw is off the side of the iron and no good. Trenum with 5 points so far in this game. 28-13 your score. Favor Balko. 16.9 to go here in the first half. Second free throws off the back iron, also no good. Rebounded by Caden Snyder up to Lana Lauer, and Lauer wants to push it a little bit. Comes across the timeline. Passes over to Snyder at the free throw line. Snyder driving in. The shot is off the glass and good. Nice shot for Caden Snyder. Snyder now with 6 points for Buffalo. And there's 1 second. Long three-pointer at the buzzer is no good. But that's the end of the first half with your score. Balko 28, Buffalo 15. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Watonga Cheese Factory has been producing the finest cheese in Oklahoma and Texas for over 80 years. Locally owned and operated, the folks at Watonga Cheese Factory have summer sausages, the best homemade cheddar cheeses in the region, spiced pickles, homespun honey, and their famous cheese curds. Located in Perryton, Watonga Cheese Factory also has gift baskets and offer delivery options. Visit Watonga Cheese Factory at 2018 South Main Street in Perryton or call them at 806-648-4310. Watonga Cheese Factory is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Casey Cowan Custom Haying services the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles for all of your haying needs. From swathing and baling to hay sales for cattle and horses, Casey Cowan Custom Haying is the best option for your farm and ranch needs. Contact Casey Cowan at 580-628-7464 for all of your haying and hay service needs. Casey Cowan Custom Haying is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs, located at the intersection of Highways 412 and 82 at Bryan's Corner. Crossroads Express features a wide variety of ice-cold fountain drinks, candy, snacks, and is a proud vendor of Cajun salsa and pickles, as well as Watonga cheese. And the Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel for your farm and off-road vehicle needs. Crossroads Express also has a gift shop featuring novelty and one-of-a-kind gifts and souvenirs. Call 580-361-2529 for your call-in orders and let the folks at Crossroads Express take care of you. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Panhandle living is hard, and with our scorching summers and frigid winters, if your heating or air isn't working, it can get even harder. Let the fine folks at Tri-State Heating and Air help you make it through the seasons in comfort. Licensed and insured for over 20 years, Bryce Sager and the folks at Tri-State Heating and Air are well equipped to handle your HVAC, air and refrigeration, and heating needs. Locally owned and operated, Tri-State Heating and Air understand the unique needs of folks in the Panhandle. Contact them at 580-525-1820 and let Tri-State Heating and Air make your home or business more comfortable. Tri-State Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. In this time where there's so much insecurity in the world, the one thing you need to be able to rely on is your financial situation. That's where the folks at Summit Wealth Strategies LLC come in. Located in Alva, Summit Wealth Strategies LLC specializes in tax, payroll, and financial management services designed to help folks in the Panhandle and northwestern Oklahoma handle whatever insecurities the world throws at us. Contact Van Johnson at 580-609-4880 and let him give you the financial security and peace of mind you need to make it through any situation. Summit Wealth Strategies LLC is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to the Crossroads no, just kidding. We are not. We are at. There we go. All right. Welcome back to the Casey Cowan Custom Haying halftime show from Bison Gym here in Balko, Oklahoma, where the Balko Lady Bison lead the Buffalo Lady Bison by a score of 28-15. We want to thank everyone for joining us on this broadcast of Balko Bison basketball. Leading the way for the Buffalo Lady Bison, Cadence Snyder pacing Buffalo with 6 points. Lana Lauer has 4 points. Bianca Nunez has 3. And Jessica Sarabia and Addie Clark have 1 point apiece. For Buffalo, they are 2 of 6 from 3-point for 33%, which is not bad. Their problem that they've had so far is they are 4 of 9 from the foul line, and this seems to have been a problem that they've had in other parts of the season as well. For Balko, Sawyer Stockton leading the way with 12 points. She's the top scorer for either team. Maylee Wirtz with 8 off the bench. Madeline Trenum has 5, and Kendall France has 3. And that gets us to our point where we are right now, 28-15. Once again, we do want to thank everybody for listening to the Casey Cowan Custom Haying halftime report live from Balko. We do want to remind everybody that Balko Balko Bison and Lady Bison playoff shirts are available. You can go online at gogearonline.com/Balko-playoff-shirts. I'll say that again. gogearonline.com/Balko-playoff-shirts. And they are some sharp-looking shirts, y'all. They are on sale until February 3rd at 4 p.m. So we do want to encourage everyone to go and purchase your Balko Bison and Lady Bison playoff shirts. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the rest of the second half show and the rest of the halftime report and the second half of action from Bison Gym here in Balko, where the Balko Lady Bison lead Buffalo by a score of 28-15. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Casey Cowan Custom Haying services the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle for all of your haying needs. From swathing and baling to hay sales for cattle and horses, Casey Cowan Custom Haying is the best option for your farm and ranch needs. Contact Casey Cowan at 580-628-7464 for all of your haying and hay service needs. Casey Cowan Custom Haying is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Bison Gym here in Balko, Oklahoma, where the Balko Lady Bison lead the Buffalo Lady Bison by a score of 28-15. We want to thank everyone for joining us on this broadcast of Balko Lady Bison basketball. If you're listening, please let us know where you're listening from. We'd be more than happy to give you a shout out. Let us know on Facebook at Balko Bison Sports Network or Twitter at Balko Sports. And give us a mention. We will be more than happy to talk to you and about you on air, and we will talk about you on air. We have no problem with that. Balko inbounding on the near sideline to start the second half. Hands over to France. France has the ball, hands over to Stockton. Now to Trenum. Trenum to Olvera, who loses control of it, picks it back up. Out to Trenum. Trenum over to France. France thought about the three, opted not to take a cross-court pass. Is deflected and stolen by Lana Lauer. Lauer coming the other way. Loses control of it just as she gets to the basket, and it's deflected, but picked up by Buffalo. That down to the block. Caden Snyder loses it off her hip, picked up by Nunez. Nunez turnaround jumper in the paint is good. Bianca Nunez with the turnaround jumper in the paint from about 5 feet out is good, and it's now 28-17. An 11-point lead for Balko. That was once 17, if we remember. Kendall France, long three-pointer off the glass, rebounded by Buffalo, and Lauer and Buffalo coming back the other way. Long outlet to Nunez, now down to Hoffman, back to Nunez. Nunez three-pointer is good, and just like that, it is an 8-point game with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, 28-20. Olvera has the ball, passes over to France. France now driving in, passes over to Stockton. Stockton to Trenum. Trenum bounce pass to nobody, picked up by Freeman, over to France, who passes back now to between the circles. France with the ball again at the free throw line, circles back around, and Balko's offense just looks a little disjunct here to start the second half. 3-2 zone being employed by Buffalo. Bounce pass over to France. France looking to find anything. Passes over to Trenum. Trenum penetrates the double team, and we have a traveling violation. Basket was good, but it does not count, so another turnover, and it will be Buffalo's ball with a chance to cut the lead down to 6 or 5 even after trailing by as many as 17 in the second quarter. Across the timeline to Snyder. Snyder passes down, throws near the baseline, bounce pass to Hoffman. Hoffman off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Olvera. Olvera wanting to run, passes up to France. France driving all the way in. Shot is blocked out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. 6:06 to go here in the third quarter. 28-20 your score, favor Balko. 5-0 so far in the quarter, favor Buffalo. France looking to inbound, does so to Stockton beyond the three-point line, being guarded there by Nunez. Cross-court pass to to Trenum. Trenum over to France at the free throw line extended. Now cross-court pass to Olvera. Olvera thought about it. Now down to Freeman on the block. The layup is good for Aspen Freeman. And we have a timeout called by Balko. It's a 30-second timeout, so we will stay here. That basket was the first points of the game for Aspen Freeman. It's a 10-point lead now, 30-20, favor Balko. Balko's offense, there for the first minute and a half or so, looked completely disjunct, and I think Coach Johnson is right now letting their team know about it. Telling them, you've got to be more sharp and crisp in your cuts, your passes. Everything's got to be there because this Buffalo team is good and they are dangerous, and you do not want to give them any life right now, and that's exactly what Balko has done, is given Buffalo life, and Buffalo, to their credit, has taken advantage of it. And they've gotten themselves right back in this game. Lauer in the backcourt being guarded by Olvera. Brings it across the midcourt stripe, goes around the screen, passes over now to Nunez. Now down to Snyder. Snyder at the block. Bounce pass is deflected out of bounds. Nobody saw. They'll say it was off of Balko. Will remain with Buffalo. 5:34 to go here in the third quarter. 30-20 your score. Inbound on the baseline to Hoffman. Hoffman back now to Nunez. Nunez dribbles across the court. Pass is picked up, and the shot from the block is off the iron. No good. Fought for underneath the basket. Picked up by Olvera, and Balko coming the other way. It was kind of a scrum for the ball underneath the basket. Balko emerged with it. Olvera brings it now to France. France from the foul line passes over to Trenum. Buffalo's perimeter defense is good. They're doing a really good job of not allowing Balko to penetrate. And as I say that, Stockton gets into the paint, but her shot was blocked, and we have a foul on the floor. No, they're going to call tie possession. So possession arrow favors Buffalo, and so they will take over with just under 5 to go in the third quarter. 30-20 your score, favor Buffalo. Lauer long inbound to Snyder. Snyder holds the ball above her head, passes across the timeline into the front court, 2-on-1. Down to the block, and Clark's turnaround jumper is no good. Rebounded by Stockton. Coming back the other way. Outlet to France. France has clear sailing. Goes up. Missed the layup off the bottom of the iron. Rebounded by Balko, and they will reset. Trenum driving in now. 10-foot jumper is blocked, and they have a foul on the shot. I think they're going to call that on Cadence Snyder. The foul is on Snyder. That'll be her first personal foul, first team foul. And at the line for Balko will be Madeline Trenum to shoot 2. Trenum with 5 points so far in the game. Looking to extend the Balko lead. First free throw is on the way. And off the back iron, no good. Trenum is 0 for 3 at the line so far today. Second free throw is on the way. Off the side of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Cadence Snyder. Out to Hoffman, who brings it across the timeline. Hesitation dribble, passes, and is deflected out of bounds by Balko. Will remain Buffalo basketball. Inbounding on the near sideline in the front court. 4:32 to go here in the third quarter. 30-20 your score, favor Balko. Inbound to Snyder, being guarded by Trenum at the three-point line. Takes the dribble, drives all the way into the block, double teamed out there, passes back out, and over to the free throw line extended. Lauer thought about the three-pointer, opted not to. Over to Nunez. Nunez being guarded by France. Pass over to Hoffman. Hoffman driving all the way in. The layup is off the iron, no good. Rebound loose. Deflected by Kendall France, who was standing out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. 4:14 to go here in the third quarter. Inbound underneath their own basket will be Buffalo. Holding the ball above her head is Hoffman. Hoffman inbounds to the block. Nobody guarding Addie Clark. There was nobody guarding her, and she just laid it in easy please. 30-22 your score, favor Balko. Lead now down to 8 as we approach the halfway mark in the third quarter. Trenum with the ball. Cross-court pass is stolen by Nunez. Nunez driving all the way in. The layup is off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Stockton, and we have a foul on the floor. Ball hits Stockton. Ball hits Stockton in the face. We have a foul on Bianca Nunez. That'll be her first personal foul, second team foul. And Balko will inbound. Subbing into the game for Buffalo will be Jessica Sarabia, replacing Jada Hoffman. Sarabia has put in some good minutes for Buffalo so far in this game, good effective minutes. Only has 1 point, but she's disrupting things on the defensive end, making things happen on the offensive end, exactly what you need from someone to come in and spell one of your starters. Trenton with the ball at the free throw line extended, bounce pass over to France. France driving in now. Back to Olvera between the circles, now to Trenton at the wing, driving in, the pass to Stockton over to France. France, I think the pass was initially intended for France, but it was picked up by Stockton. France missed the layup and is rebounded by Buffalo coming back the other way. And Balko about to make some substitutions. Cross-court pass to Lauer. Over to Nunez, being guarded by France. Has the ball, 3:13 to go. Over to Lauer. Lauer thought about the three-pointer. Back to Sarabia now. Sarabia has the ball. Circles back around. And it is deflected and stolen by Stockton. Stockton races into the front court. It's one-on-one with Bianca Nunez. The basket is good. 14 points for Sawyer Stockton. The lead back to 10, 32 to 22, 2:54 to go here in the third quarter. Lauer walks it across the timeline now, has the ball, bringing it across over to Nunez. Nunez down to Snyder at the elbow, holds the ball high above her head, now down to Clark. Clark turnaround jumpers off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Olvera. Olvera wanting to come the other way quickly. Too tall for France, but she's able to save it near the baseline. Bounce pass to Olvera, out to Trenham, and now to Stockton. Stockton over, driving all the way in. The layup is off the iron, no good. She had a wide open lane and missed the layup. Buffalo coming the other way. Nunez at the free throw line, extended passes over to the free throw line, and Clark has the ball, and we have a foul on the floor. Foul is on Carolyn Olvera. That'll be her third personal foul, first team foul. And stepping into the game for Balko will be Caden Sager and Maylee Wirtz, replacing Sawyer Stockton and Aspen Freeman. So not much of a drop-off for Balko when the bench comes in and when the starters hit the bench. Long outlet is deflected but picked up by Nunez. Nunez guarded by France, now down into the paint, over to the blocks. Caden Snyder over a double team at the block is good. Snyder with 8 points. And the lead for Balko is down to 8, 32 to 24 with 2 to go here in the third quarter. A very fast-moving third quarter. Maylee Wirt's jumper from 10 is good. And Maylee Wirtz now with 10 points, the second Lady Bison player in double figures. Lana Lauer jogs the ball across the timeline with 1:47 to go. Down to Snyder at the block. Bounce pass is stolen by Olvera. Outlet is too tall for France. It will go out of bounds. It will be Buffalo basketball in the backcourt. 1:40 to go in the third quarter. Subbing into the game for Buffalo will be Jada Hoffman, replacing Bianca Nunez. Nunez having a seat with 8 points so far in this game. Nice game for Bianca Nunez. 1:36 to go. Into the front court, Lana Lauer has the ball, dribbling, being guarded there by France. Cross-court pass now over to Sarabia, holds the ball down to the block. Nice pass, is able to save because it was off of Snyder's hands, but it's loose, picked up by Buffalo. Down to the block again. Turnaround jumper is no good. Officials are content to let them play. A lot of contact going both ways. Officials are just content to let it go. Three-pointer from Caden Sager on the way. Bang! That's a Watonga Chiefs factory three-pointer for Caden Sager, her first basket. And the lead's now 13, 37 to 24 with a minute to go here in the third quarter. Over to Hoffman. Hoffman now to Lauer. Lauer's three-pointer is good. Three-point basket for Lana Lauer. 7 points for her. A nice balanced scoring attack for Buffalo. In the front court, Wirtz has the ball. Turnaround jumpers off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Buffalo. 37-27 your score. 41 seconds to go. Lauer into the front court. Leading Hoffman perfectly and into the paint. The shot by Addie Clark is no good, but she's fouled on the shot. So Clark will go to the line to shoot two. Foul is on Kendall France. That'll be France's first personal foul. Second team foul. Clark with 3 points, 1 of 2 from the line so far. Substitutions for both teams after this first free throw. First Clark free throw is on the way and good. So 4 points for Addie Clark. Into the game for Buffalo is Erica Helmuth, and into the game for Balko, Aspen Freeman and Sawyer Stockton. Lana Lauer will have a seat. Second free throw from Addie Clark is on the way. It is around the rim and good. Clark was such a pretty soft shot. She has a very soft shot. It's kind of fun to watch, actually. Just a very soft shot. There's not going to be much bounce, and and that's beneficial. Balko in the front court with under 25 to go now here in the third quarter. 37-29 your score favor Balko. Between the circles is Stockton, passes over to France. France directing traffic, goes around the Freeman screen. Has the ball driving in now. 13-foot jumper is off the back iron. No good. Rebound is loose. Picked up by Buffalo. Still loose, and it is 4-0. All the way up now. Nunez layup is off the iron and good. Lead is now down to 6 for Balko after once being 17. So not a good quarter for Balko, a very good quarter for Buffalo. And we now are at the end of the third quarter with your score. Balko 37, Buffalo 31. Balko Bison, Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Panhandle living is hard, and with our scorching summers and frigid winters, if your heating or air isn't working, it can get even harder. Let the fine folks at Tri-State Heating and Air help you make it through the seasons in comfort. Licensed and insured for over 20 years, Bryce Sager and the folks at Tri-State Heating and Air are well equipped to handle your HVAC, air, and refrigeration and heating needs. Locally owned and operated, Tri-State Heating and Air understand the unique needs of folks in the Panhandle. Contact them at 580-525-1820 and let Tri-State Heating and Air make your home or business more comfortable. Tri-State Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Bison Gym here in Balko. 37-31 your score favor Balko in a quarter that was very much controlled by Buffalo. Buffalo led right now by Bianca Nunez with 10 points, the first Buffalo player in double figures. Balko led by Sawyer Stockton with 14. Not a whole lot of fouls committed there in the second quarter, 2 for each team. So it should be a very interesting game now as we go to the fourth quarter. It will be Balko basketball to start the fourth quarter. Balko's offense is going to have to be a whole lot more efficient here in the fourth quarter if they're going to maintain this lead. Buffalo made some serious headway there in that third quarter. Balko inbounds into the backcourt. Carolyn Rivera walks the ball diagonally across the timeline, met there by Lana Lauer. Pass over to Kendall France at the free throw line extended, being guarded by Hoffman. Over to Stockton between the circles, driving in. Met there by a double team. Pass out to Olvera. Over to France, and Balko will reset. Driving into the paint is France. Stops there, passes out to Trenum. Trenum being denied by Cadence Snyder. Bounce pass to the corner. Stockton has the ball, double teamed out there. Bounce pass to France, over to Olvera. Back to France again, 7.5 to go here in the ball game. Over to Trenum. Long pass to France. France being guarded by Hoffman. Over to Trenum. Trenum has the ball now, being guarded by Caden Snyder. Up now between the circles. Stockton has the ball, back to Trenum again. Trenum over to France. France trying to do some dribble drive penetration, not able to do so. Gets the ball back, goes around. Now all the way down to the block. The layup for France is up and good. Nice penetration there for Kendall France. France now with 5 points in the lead up to 8, 39-31. Quickly into the front court is Buffalo. Lana Lauer driving all the way in from the block. The shot is no good, but she's fouled by Aspen Freeman. That'll be Freeman's second personal foul, third team foul, and Lana Lauer will be at the line to shoot 2. Lauer with 7 points. She is 4 for 4 from the foul line in the game. Takes a couple dribbles. The free throw is up and good for Lauer. 8 points for her. Jessica Sarabia into the game for Buffalo, replacing Jada Hoffman. Second free throw forthcoming for Lauer. Lauer yet to miss from the foul line tonight. Second free throw is on the way, and it is good. So 6 for 6 from the line for Lauer, 9 points for her, and the lead back down to 6, 39-33, with under 7 now to go in the ballgame. Carolyn Olvera brings it across the timeline over to Trenum. Trenum passes back out to Stockton, over to Olvera again in the corner. Olvera with a spin move, passes out to Trenum. Trenum cross-court pass to Freeman. Freeman guarded one-on-one out there. Back now between the circles. Trenum holds the ball above her head, passes over to France. France driving into the lane. Double team there. Over to Freeman. Aspen Freeman three-pointer. Bang! That's another Watonga Cheese three-pointer for Aspen Freeman. 5 points for her, and the lead back up to 9 now. 6:15 to go in the ball game. Sarabia down to Snyder. Snyder in the paint, loses control of it, is able to get it out to Nunez. Nunez three-pointers off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, and Buffalo will reset. Nunez holds the ball above her head, being guarded by Trenum. Now handed off to Stockton. Back over now to Lauer between the circles. Reverses over to Sarabia. Sarabia has the ball now down to the baseline. Long outlet to Nunez. Nunez, long three-pointer. High arcing shot is good. Three-pointer for Bianca Nunez. 13 points for Nunez, and the lead back down to 6. 42-36 favor Balko. 5:37 to go in the ballgame. Olvera brings the ball across the timeline. France driving in over to Trenum. Trenum's going to drive all the way in. It looked like she had a lane. She took it. Three-pointer is in and out. No good. Rebound loose on the floor, and we have a foul. I think they're going to call the foul on, they will call the foul on Kendall France. That'll be France's second personal foul. Fourth team foul, and it will be Buffalo basketball. 5:25 to go in the ball game. Chance to close it to 4 or 3 even. Lauer with the ball. Light full court press being employed by Balko. Lauer breaks easily, brings it across the timeline. It's stolen by Trenum. Up to Olvera. Olvera one-on-one against Nunez. Draws the contact and is fouled. So the foul on Bianca Nunez, her second personal foul. Third team foul, and at the line for Balko will be Carolyn Olvera. Olvera yet to score so far in this game. This is the only Lady Bison player yet to score. Olvera taking several dribbles. First free throw is on the way, off the side of the iron, and no good. Balko's free throw shooting tonight has not been good. But Buffalo's hasn't been terrific either, and so it's been one of those things, except for Lana Lauer, who's making everything she throws up. The free throw shooting has not been terrific for either team. Second free throw for Olvera is on the way, and it is good. Nothing but net on that one. Olvera's in the scorebook, and every Balko Lady Bison player has scored. It's now a 7-point lead, and the inbound is stolen by Stockton. The shot is blocked out of bounds, and they will say it is off of Stockton. So it will be Buffalo basketball inbounding. Lauer to inbound, does so to Nunez in front of the Balko bench. Nunez dribbles across, passes up to Lauer. Lauer racing into the front court, met there by a double team, and she's fouled hard. Kendall France went flying, but I think she went flying. France went flying, but she committed the foul. So 3 fouls now on Kendall France, 5 team fouls. And Lana Lauer at the line to shoot 2, and you don't want Lauer at the line if you're Balko. If you're Buffalo, you love to see it. First free throw is off the side of the iron and no good. That's Lauer's first miss of the night, and the score now remains afternoon with the second free throw forthcoming. Lauer's second free throw is on the way, and it is off the back iron, rolls around and good. So 10 points now for Lana Lauer, and the lead back down to 6. 4:55 to go in the ballgame. 43-37 your score favor Balko. France has the ball in the front court, crossover dribble, driving all the way into the block. The shot is off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Buffalo. Cross court pass to Snyder, now to Nunez. And the pass into the front court is off the hands of Addie Clark and out of bounds. It will remain Balko. It will go over to Balko now. 4:41 to go in the ballgame. 43-37. Balko at one point had a 17-point lead. Buffalo has worked their way all the way back now and is down to a 6-point game. Trenum has the ball, passes over to Olvera. Olvera loses it. It's stolen, picked up by Buffalo. Coming back the other way now is Lauer. Lauer into the front court. 2-on-4, she'll slow it down. Nunez has the ball over now to the free throw line, extended. Sarabia now down the block, and Clark, the shot is no good, but she's fouled by Olvera. That's 4 fouls on Carolyn Olvera and 6 team fouls. So now Olvera has to be really careful. And at the line for Buffalo is Addie Clark. Clark with 5 points so far in this one. Free throw from Clark is off the back iron and no good. Stepping into the game for Balko is Maylee Wirtz, replacing Carolyn Olvera. Awaiting the second Clark free throw It is on the way. Hard off the iron and no good. So these remain 6, 4:12 to go here in the ball game. Into the front court now. Trentham has the ball. Cross-court pass over to Wirtz. Wirtz three-pointers off the front iron. No good. Rebound loose. Deflected off of Trentham and out of bounds. It will be Balko basketball. Lauer inbounds to Nunez. Buffalo breaks the press easily. Clark into the front court. Caden Snyder with the basket. She is the third Lady Bison player in double figures, and it's now a 4-point game, the closest that it's been since the first quarter. Actually, the closest that it's been since it was 2-0. Shot is off the iron, no good, deflected out of bounds. It will be Buffalo basketball. 3:39 to go. It is a 4-point ball game. Buffalo has come all the way back. Long jumper from Snyder's off the iron, no good. Rebound loose on the ground, picked up by Trentham. Trentham hands it off to France. France looking to bring it into the front court, does so to Wirtz. Wirtz has the ball driving in, and we have a blocking foul on Caden Snyder. That'll be Snyder's second personal foul, third team foul. So Balko will inbound underneath their own basket. 3:22 to go in the ballgame. 43-39 your score. Favor Balko. France has the ball. Spin move. Knocked away. Picked up by Trentham. Trentham has it now. Over to Freeman. Freeman being guarded by Clark. Hands it off to France. France made out there by Sarabia at the free throw line extended. Crossover dribble. Spin move. Goes around. The shot is no good. Deflected out of bounds by Wirtz. And it will be Buffalo basketball. Just over 3 minutes to go in the ballgame. 43-39. Your score was turned into a very, very good game. It was at one point it was 20-5 favor Balko, and since then it has been 34-23 favor Buffalo. Three-pointer for Bianca Nunez is good. 16 points for her. Her third three-pointer, and it's now a 1-point game. 43-32. 2:42 to go in the ballgame. Mayley has the ball, loses control of it, and it is tied up. Possession arrow favors Buffalo. So Buffalo will now have the ball with just over 2.5 to go in the ball game and a chance to take the lead. Carolyn Olvera comes back in replacing Mayley Wirtz. Inbound goes to Nunez, who gives it back to Lauer. Lauer across the timeline. Sarabia has the ball at the free throw line extended, and his pass is stolen by Olvera, but knocked away, picked back up, and it's Buffalo basketball again. And we now have a tie ball. Possession arrow favors Balko. So it will be Balko Lady Bison basketball. 2:26 to go in the ballgame. 43-42 your score. Favor Balko. Balko has not trailed in this game, and at one point had a 17-point lead in the second quarter. And Buffalo has come all the way back. Credit them and their effort, because this has been an unbelievable effort. And we have a foul on the floor. Foul is on Bianca Nunez. That's her third personal foul. 15 foul. And Balko will inbound on their own baseline. 2:11 to go in the ballgame. France looking to find someone to inbound to. Long outlet to Freeman. Freeman has the ball at the three-point line. Pass over to France. France driving in. Cross court now to Trentham. Trentham driving all the way in off the block, and she's fouled before the shot. So that foul will be on Caden Snyder, her third personal foul. 16 foul. And so now it will be free throws. After this, it will be free throws the rest of the way for either team. France looking to inbound from the baseline. Long outlet is deflected, picked up by Freeman. Freeman has the ball driving into the paint. On the block, guarded by Lauer. The shot is off the iron, no good. Gets her own rebound, goes back up, and she is fouled. We'll say the foul is on the shot. Foul is on Caden Snyder, her fourth personal foul. So 4 fouls now on Caden Snyder at the line for Balko Aspen Freeman. Freeman with 5 points so far in this game. Looking to give Balko a little bit of breathing room. It'll still, best case scenario, still remains a one-possession game. First free throw for Freeman is on the way, and good. Freeman's first free throw of the game gives her 6 points. And Freeman's second free throw is forthcoming. Free throw is off the back iron. No good. Rebound loose. Picked up by Stockton. And we have a timeout called by Balko. A minute 54 to go in the ballgame. 44-42 your score favor Balko. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Balko Lady Bison basketball continue in just a moment. In this time when there's so much insecurity in the world, the one thing you need to be able to rely on is your financial situation. That's where the folks at Summit Wealth Strategies LLC come in. Located in Alva, Summit Wealth Strategies LLC specializes in tax, payroll, and financial management services designed to help the folks in the Panhandle and Northwestern Oklahoma handle whatever insecurities the world throws at us. Contact Van Johnson at 580-609-4880 and let him give you the financial security and peace of mind you need to make it through any situation. Summit Wealth Strategies LLC is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Casey Cowan Custom Haying services the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandles for all of your haying needs. From swathing and baling to hay sales for cattle and horses, Casey Cowan Custom Haying is the best option for your farm and ranch needs. Contact Casey Cowan at 580-628-7464 for all of your haying and hay service needs. Casey Cowan Custom Haying is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Bison Gym here in Balko. 44-42 your score favor Balko. A game that Balko once led by 17. Buffalo's closed it all the way now down to 2. A minute 54 to go. Kendall France inbounds in front of the Lady Bison of Balko's bench. France now has the ball, Olvera has the ball between the circles, hands it off to France. France now over to Stockton. Stockton met out by Nunez. Buffalo getting more aggressive on the defense. Stockton shot blocked. She gets her own rebound picked up now. Going around the horn and driving in is Olvera. Olvera's shot is off the glass, no good, but she is fouled. Foul is on number 10, Caden Snyder, and that's her 5th personal foul. So Caden Snyder fouls out of this game with 10 points. So tremendous effort for Caden Snyder. Well done for the young sophomore from Buffalo. Tremendous effort. And you can tell she's disappointed she goes to the bench. She needn't be. She's done a tremendous job in this game. And, there's nothing wrong with that effort whatsoever. So tremendous. And that young lady has a bright future ahead of her. Manifestly, Carolyn Olvera is at the line shooting a 1-and-1. Her first free throw is off the side of the iron. No good. Rebounded by Buffalo. Buffalo with the possibility of tying or taking the lead here with a three-pointer into the front court to Nunez. Down to the blocks. Clark has it. Jumper over. Freeman is blocked. Freeman gets the rebound, and she's tied up. And Freeman hits her head hard on the floor. Have a pause in the action. Aspen Freeman is up. She does not look well. And she will be replaced. Caden Sager coming into the game replacing Aspen Freeman. Freeman's going to go have a seat. And she does not look well. We have a timeout on the floor. A minute 19 to go here in the ball game. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Balko Lady Bison basketball continue in just a moment. Watonga Cheese Factory has been producing the finest cheese in Oklahoma and Texas for over 80 years. Locally owned and operated, the folks at Watonga Cheese Factory have summer sausages, the best homemade cheddar cheeses in the region, spice pickles, homespun honey, and their famous cheese curds. Located in Perryton, Watonga Cheese Factory also has gift baskets and offer delivery. Visit Watonga Cheese Factory at 2018 South Main Street in Perryton or call them at 806-648-4310. Watonga Cheese Factory is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs. Located at the intersection of Highways 412 and 82 at Bryan's Corner. Crossroads Express features specialty deli items like Louisiana meat pies, crawfish pies, boudin, as well as corn dogs and everyone's favorite, the beef and bean burritos. And the Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel needs that you will need to make it a road trip. Call 580-361-2529 for your call-in orders. Let the folks at Crossroads Express take care of you. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Buffalo to inbound on their own baseline. Do so down to Clark. Shot from the block is no good. Rebound picked up by Stockton. Trenum hits the floor. Stockton comes the other way. France has the ball now. 1:10 to go in the ballgame. Free throw line extended. Circles back now to between the circles. Over to Olvera. Olvera has the ball now being guarded by Lauer. Over to France. France waiting for the offensive set as we go under 1 minute to go in the ballgame. 44-42 your score. Favor Balko. Olvera hands the ball off to Stockton. Stockton met by Nunez out there. Now France. France guarded by Lauer. Pass is deflected off of Nunez out of bounds. It will remain Balko basketball. They'll inbound in front of their own bench with 47.2 to go in the ballgame. 44-42 your score. Favor Balko. France has the ball looking to inbound to someone. Does so immediately in front of her to Olvera. Olvera has the ball met by Lauer at the circle. Circling back to France. France now between the circles. Guarded by Lauer. Over to Trenum. Now down to Olvera. Olvera has the ball between the circles. Hands it off to France. 30 seconds to go in the ball game. France circles around, hands off to Olvera. Olvera with the ball being guarded by Hoffman. Driving in, passes over to Stockton. Stockton has the ball being guarded by Nunez. Now to France. France has the ball, again guarded by Nunez. Bounce pass to Sager. Sager over to Stockton. Stockton has the ball. 15 seconds to go in the ball game. 14, 13, 12 seconds, 11 seconds, and a reach and foul committed by Bianca Nunez. With 10.3 to go in the ball game. 44-42 your score. Will be the 9th team foul for Buffalo. So 1-1. For Kendall France. And subbing back into the game for Balko is Aspen Freeman. Officials making sure everybody knows it is a 1-1. France's free throw is on the way around the rim. No good. Rebound is loose. Picked up by Buffalo with under 10 to go in the ball game. And we have a timeout called by Buffalo. It is a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 7.1 seconds to go in the ball game. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in just a moment. Panhandle living is hard, and with our scorching summers and frigid winters, if your heating or air isn't working, it can get even harder. Let the fine folks at Tri-State Heating and Air help you make it through the seasons in comfort. Licensed and insured for over 20 years, Bryce Sager and the folks at Tri-State Heating and Air are well equipped to handle your HVAC, air and refrigeration, and heating needs. Locally owned and operated, Tri-State Heating and Air understand the unique needs of folks in the Panhandle. Contact them at 580-525-1820 and let Tri-State Heating and Air make your home or business more comfortable. Tri-State Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. In this time when there's so much insecurity in the world, the one thing that you need to be able to rely on is your financial situation. That's where the folks at Summit Wealth Strategies LLC come in. Located in Alva, Summit Wealth Strategies LLC specializes in tax, payroll, and financial management services designed to help folks in the Panhandle and northwestern Oklahoma handle whatever insecurities the world throws at us. Contact Van Johnson at 580-609-4880 and let him give you the financial security and peace of mind you need to make it through any situation. Summit Wealth Strategies LLC is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Bison Gym here in Balko. 7.1 seconds to go in the ballgame. 44-42 your score. Favor Balko. Buffalo to inbound on the near baseline. Balko at one point had a 17-point lead. Buffalo's fought all the way back to make it a 2-point game. Inbound to Nunez in the front court is stolen by France. France has the ball, and she is fouled in the backcourt by Jada Hoffman. Hoffman's first personal foul, 10th team foul. And there's 2.7 seconds left to go in the ball game. And if France can sink both of these free throws, that will put the game away for Balko. This has been a very, very exciting game, much more exciting than I think we anticipated it would be halfway through the second quarter. Like I said, Balko had a 20-5 lead at one point, and Buffalo has fought all the way back to make it a 2-point game. France's first free throw is on the way and good. France with 6 points. We have a timeout called by Buffalo. We'll wait to see if it's a 30 or a full. If it's a 30, we'll just leave it here. It is a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 2 seconds left to go in this ball game. 45-42 your score, favor Balko. Balko Lady Bison basketball will continue in a moment. Watauga Cheese Factory has been producing the finest cheese in Oklahoma and Texas for over 80 years. Locally owned and operated, the folks at Watauga Cheese Factory have summer sausages, the best homemade cheddar cheeses in the region, spice pickles, homespun honey, and their famous cheese curds. Located in Perryton, Watauga Cheese Factory has gift baskets and offer delivery options. Visit Watauga Cheese Factory at 2018 South Main in Perryton or call them at 806-648-4310. Watauga Cheese Factory is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Crossroads Express is your one-stop shop for your convenience store and gas needs. Located at the intersection of Highways 412 and 82 at Bryan's Corner, Crossroads Express features a wide variety of ice-cold fountain drinks, candy, snacks, and is a proud vendor of Cajun salsa and pickles as well as Watauga cheese. And the Crossroads Express gas station has your gas and diesel needs for your farm and off-road vehicle needs. Crossroads Express also has a gift shop featuring novelty and one-of-a-kind gifts and souvenirs. Crossroads Express is a proud sponsor of Balko Bison Athletics. Welcome back to Bison. Jim's second free throw for France is on the way, and that is good, making it a 4-point game. 2.7 seconds left to go, and that'll probably do it. Lana Lauer has the ball, passed it into the front court, and that's the ball game with your final score, Balko 46, Buffalo 42. And that will take us to the post-game wrap. You're watching the Crossroads Express post-game show where the Balko Lady Bison have defeated the Buffalo Lady Bison by a score of 46-42. Scoring recap is as follows. For Buffalo, Bianca Nunez leading all scorers with 16 points, including going 4 of 7 from three-point range. Caden Snyder had 10. Lana Lauer also had 10. Addie Clark with 5, and Jessica Sarabia with 1. For Balko, Sawyer Stockton led the way with 14. She did not score in the second half, interestingly. Maylee Wirtz had 10. Madeline Trenham had 5. Aspen Freeman had 6. Madeline Trenham had 5. Caden Sager had 3. And Carolyn Olvera had 1. I want to remind everybody that the Lady Bison's next game will be on Tuesday as they're on the road at Boise City. Tip-off for that game will be at 6:30. The pregame will be at 6:15. We do want to thank everybody very much for joining us for today's broadcast. We're going to take a quick break and switch over to the other broadcast for the gentlemen's game. So we'll be back in about 90 seconds on the other broadcast. Balko Bison Basketball will be back.